Hello and welcome to this video on making a 3D printed bonsai. In this case, we do not mean a sculpture that you print, although that is a kind of interesting option. It is not your bonsai. We instead mean this. It's a novel idea to say the least. You print what looks rather like a bonsai tree, but with a very loose, open, sponge-like material printed around branches. You trim or prune these back to form your foliage pads and structure. That lets you style the bonsai to your taste. It does become your bonsai at that point. This is very cool by itself, and provides a lot of useful practice. If nothing else, getting used to the various tools that are available, particularly the various kinds of scissors. We very much recommend downloading the files and thanking the creator called Jolly Red Beard for it. That is fun, and it helps to learn how to prune the bonsai. And of course you can afford to lose and make it again, which is even more advantageous if you're looking to practice and get into this. If you want to go even further, there are ways and options. Much of what we show should be self-evident, and we cannot find a way to give it any audio description without it sounding condescending, stating what is patently obvious, or just being silly. So for now, we mostly have stock music that will come in and out, so take that how you will. The best option we've found is to find a tree structure that you like as a sculpture. And make sure it has what you want. Movement for an informal upright, falling over for a cascade, and so on. You know what you want to make. We shouldn't have to tell you that, but just in case. Next is a foliage replacement. Not flocking, although that might work. And not a sponge or similar, which could also work. No, we found several 3D printed options that work well to act as both foliage and foliage pads. You'll be using these in conjunction with the first, let's say, trunk-like structure, though it should also contain a number of branches. You can use individual leaf designs other than this, and that allows you to individually assemble branches and leaf pads. We have not necessarily issues with it, but we find it's a rather unrewarding effort for the very long process, and the relatively, let's say, controlled result you get. It's even arguably reasonable to say highly controlled, but for this sort of work it's a lot of work for comparatively little reward. The next option you have is to use tree branches that already exist and cut them back to your bonsai style and follow the usual principles. Alternating left and right branches, no vertical branches, make sure there's no straight sections, the usual rules. And now you need to glue on the new foliage pads. Nothing fancy, but effective. Also, it's almost the opposite to the original method. This is additive, where in the first was subtractive. In both cases, you should consider painting your bonsai of sorts. The difference is if you paint before or after. We suggest painting your subtractive version after. It will be much easier, and you'll only need to paint it once. If you did it first, then pruned, you would need to repaint. On the other hand, you need to paint first if you're making a additive bonsai. This will be because you are gluing parts together and it is much harder to paint them after you've assembled the bonsai of sorts. After all of this is done, you can now move on to the next step. At least the next step for the second version of the bonsai. You can try with the first, but results are often not as expected. Heat and pressure. Well, heat and some pressure. You use heat to warm the bonsai and make the printed filament pliable and flexible. Heat gently and slowly, and then bend the branches to recreate natural movements, more graceful curves. Also, the less sharp the curve is, the less likely you are to break the plastic or cause it to deform in a really terrible manner. Then, obviously, let it cool down, and it should now be solid and in way, at least how you want it to be positioned. With a little bit of work, you can make some very realistic shapes. However, it will never have the depth and effect of anything real. You can get close, but never truly real. And this is more like a thought experimental practice rather than working with a real bonsai. It helps to identify the challenges of making a bonsai that is real, what is needed, and what you will struggle with. The things that with practice you can make it work and function perfectly well. Doing so, you can get better. You can then do this to a real bonsai without fearing the loss of the entire bonsai or extensive and serious damage by virtue of clumsy hands, or thinking you can do something and then realizing that you don't quite have the reach, tools, or dexterity for it. There are plenty of little lessons that can be learned very quickly. Hopefully this has given you some ideas on how to use 3D printing to make a bonsai of sorts anyway. It's not a true bonsai, but it gives you plenty of lessons and ways to develop your skill sets without losing something that's much more valuable, or at least much more difficult to fix. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. And please do post any comments, questions, or suggestions you have below.